Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. I am Rilla XO. If you have been here before or if this is your first time here, welcome. This is episode 3 of Soft Power Sunday. I missed last Sunday, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss another Sunday because this message today that I have for you is honestly unapologetic. Okay? I am showing up today. I don't have good lighting. My face is not beat. I did not really plan my outfit. I didn't think that this episode was going to be about being unapologetic. I didn't wear the shirt on purpose. So that's how I know it's all happening for a reason. Everything is what it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to show up, this body, this healing, and this me. So something that I have been struggling with is body dysmorphia. And this is not my first rodeo here, okay? So just a little bit of a background. Between 2018 and 2020, I lost over 120 pounds. I gained about 70 of that back from 2020, pandemic bullshit, up until last year. And then I had to restart my journey again. And I've since lost, I keep fluctuating between like 69 and 73 pounds lost. I have 37 more to reach my maintenance goal. So I was far over 400 pounds, just to kind of give you an idea of how much weight I have lost and where I started and where I'm at now. So one thing that I'm dealing with that I don't believe I really, okay, let me do it like this. So my weight loss journey, that started in 2018. That was 7 years ago. I was 32 years old. I am now 39. I'm going to be 40 in November. I don't have the blues. I'm excited about 40 because I feel good about myself. Right now, I'm in the best health of my life, and I'm even going to get in better shape, better health, inside and out. But your body changes, okay? The elasticity that I had at 32, I do not have it at 39. So I say all that to say, I'm seeing so many differences along with just aging of my body, of my face. And it's becoming so loud to the point where I'm just being drowned in like self-doubt, just not being happy with my body, even though it survived so much. I just had to go through some fire this past week, okay? I really had to go through some deep diving, a lot of emotional unrest, a lot of tears, some bouts of depression, just trying to understand my journey, trying to love and accept myself for exactly how I am. I have an immense amount of loose skin. You lose 126 pounds, you're gonna have loose skin unless you've just been blessed by the elasticity God. I don't know. But a lot of us who lose large amounts of weight end up with a lot of loose skin. So your body does not end up the way that you had hoped it would be. Like you have this vision in your mind, oh my God, I'm gonna lose 150, 200 pounds. I'm gonna look amazing. I'm gonna feel good. But you don't think about the repercussions of that. And here's my thing. I'm going to deal with it because I would rather be on my way to amazing health than be over 400 pounds, morbidly obese, unhappy, unhealthy. What type of sicknesses, what type of illnesses am I going to end up with because I'm so big? So it's a trade-off, right? It's like I could have stayed where I was and Lord knows how much longer I would have been here. Or I could have fought for my life and just deal with the side effects of weight loss, which is loose skin. Girl, you know, you're about to be 40 years old. You're not supposed to look 25. I would love it. But it's to the point where I'm starting to look at cosmetic surgery, like Botox and treatments for my face, because I'm just seeing a different person. Mind you, I have not been this weight. I don't remember the last time I've hit this weight, how I've been this size in my life. I don't know this version of myself as an adult, this size that I have. I don't know this as an adult. This is actually my lowest adult weight recorded that I know of. And again, you have to put in the factor that age plays a part. And here's the thing. I don't want to look like anybody else. I don't want to compete with anybody else. I don't want to be looking like I'm 20 or competing with 20-year-olds or early 30-year-olds. Like, I don't care about that. I want to love what I see in the mirror. I've just been coming to terms with that. And it has been a rocky road for me because I am picking myself apart. And I don't know if I'm comparing myself to my younger self or just what I used to see in the mirror, because my face was fuller and my body was fuller. But it's been really hard for me, to the point where I'm like, okay, cosmetic surgery, facials, get some Botox here and there, loose skin, what surgery am I gonna get first? And it's like, I was in the gym, because, the body is still bodying, okay, with the clothes on. But I was in the gym, and so I was kind of holding my stomach in a way so I could see what my shape would be without my stomach. And I was just like, I think I'm gonna look weird. Like, if I get a tummy tuck, I think I'm gonna look weird. But that's because I'm so accustomed to seeing my body exactly like it is right now. But what I don't want to do, I don't want to fall into chasing perfection. Because when you're chasing perfection, and I've seen this, with celebrities and just other people, where they will consistently get work because they're never happy, they're never satisfied. One surgery is not enough. They say that surgery is like super addictive. And I'm here for it, okay? Something's going to get done. Something's getting snatched. I just got to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm not doing everything, but I'm looking at the things that are bothering me the most, that are going to cause me the most angst. Because at the end of the day, I'm working so hard for this renewed health. I'm working so hard for this body. I want to look in the mirror and love what I see. But I also know, which was very significant, of weight loss, that if you don't love yourself at the stage you're in right now, you're not going to love yourself 100, 200 pounds from now, 50 pounds from now. If you don't learn to love the person that you see in the mirror, you will never love you no matter what. And that is something that I knew of that. I went through that before, and I did reach a level of self-love that I had never had before. Then I got in a stupid relationship and, lost myself. But I needed to come home to myself. And that's what I feel like this embody era has been. I think that's what I've been going through these past couple days. Like, there's other things that I'm dealing with and other things that I'm processing through. There's a lot of change happening in my life at record time. It's like I can't even catch my breath before something else happens, or something else falls apart, or this doesn't work out, or this person exits, or I gotta, walk away from these different factors in my life. There's a lot going on. That's how I know God is in the midst of all of this with me. He is changing my life. And in order for change to happen, things have to leave, things have to fall apart. And that's something I'm experiencing outside of my image, my self-love, this journey of healing my relationship with myself. Yesterday was a really hard day. I cried so much yesterday. It's like I couldn't get myself together. And then I just had a moment where I was like, you're not giving up on yourself. Put on your gym clothes and go to the gym. Now, I had already had on my gym clothes for like 5 hours, and it's like I couldn't find the motivation to go. And then, I don't know, I just found that willpower, and I got up and I walked to the gym and I filmed it. And I even sat in there and I was in tears, and I was just sitting there on the floor with my back in the mirror. And I was just like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this, And I don't know, my future self was like, we didn't work this hard for nothing. We didn't come to this far to only come this far. And I completed my workout, and it was fantastic. And even though I started the workout in tears, I ended it just feeling so good about myself. So much so that I hit the gym this morning at 7 a.m. I'm like, I'm not playing games. I have 37 pounds to lose in less than 5 months. This is my goal before my 40th birthday. And it is my own personal milestone. It is not to appease anybody else. It is not to prove anything to anybody else. It is to prove to myself that I can discipline myself and I can do this. I've already done it thus far. We're in the home stretch. Like, I can do this. My body has hit a plateau where it's like, girl, you got to change your nutrition, or you got to hit your macros, because you're not hitting them like you were. You're not tracking your food. I'm in the gym consistently, but my diet has gone down the fucking drain, and I'm stuck in like this neutral space that I don't like. So I'm revamping my whole entire diet. And I'm about to go hard. And I'm telling you, I'm going to lose this 37 pounds, okay? Because I'm going on a trip. I'm going on a trip in December for my 40th birthday. And yeah, it's going to happen. It's important to love yourself where you are. That's my message for today. And be unapologetic about loving yourself. There's been so many little moments and instances where I was so in my head. For example, when me and my son, we go to the pool, like I half the time won't get in. And he's like, Mom, why are you not getting in the pool? And I'm like, well, because there's too many people there. And he's like, it doesn't matter. And then I saw this girl, and she was a thick girl. This was a big girl, honey, and she was in her bathing suit, and she looked good, and she was prancing around that pool, not a care in the world. And I was just like, if she could do that, why am I holding myself back? And so I noticed in different areas and different environments that I do that because I'm still living in a 400 plus pound brain. I remember how I felt invisible, but also felt like everybody was looking at me. And living in a body that you don't understand, that you don't like, it is a special kind of hell. And I am in my midlife at this point, the rest of my life, unhappy, uncomfortable, not wearing what I want, not doing what I want, because I'm so concerned and focused about what other people may think. Because you ain't gonna say it to my face. Not gonna do that. And it's like, girl, you've lost so much weight. Celebrate yourself. Not even just the weight loss, but my body has survived so much. After I had my son, I had a heart condition called cardiomyopathy. It ended up resolving itself, but it gave me a heart murmur. And I was in the ICU and in the hospital for a week when my son was 1 week old. I didn't see my child for an entire week. I survived that. I had a blood bacteria in my blood. And I remember the nurse saying, we've given you the Cadillac of antibiotics. I had 4 IVs in every arm. 4 here and 4 here, with everything they could absolutely give me. And they were told me, if you didn't get here on time, you would have lost your life. I remember being in that hospital, and every single day I was losing my mind because I couldn't see my son, and I didn't want them bringing my son to the hospital. He was only a week old. So my family was scrambling to making it happen and taking off of work and alternating times of taking care of him. And when I finally made it home, so I was in the hospital for a week. 2 of those days I was in the ICU. And then they put me in a regular room, and I was just, every single day they were running tests, the heart doctor, the gynecologist, like I was seeing so many people, so many different specialists, and they could not figure out what it was. And then they told me, well, cardiomyopathy, it's a rare condition that is onset by pregnancy, from my understanding, at least the one that I had. In every subsequent pregnancy, there's a 50% chance of death. So I can't have any more children. I accepted that. I knew that would be okay. But at that time, I was so scared. I remember going to get my medication filled, and I saw my friend's mother, and I was maybe a week out of the hospital. And I remember just walking around, just in life period, feeling numb, feeling scared. I was so paralyzed by fear because I had no idea what was going to happen to me. And I just had a child, and I'm a single mother who just had this child, you know? And I remember seeing my friend's mother, and I just broke down on her in the Walgreens, and I was like, I feel like I'm gonna die. Ooh, I've never told this story to anywhere, on any platform. So my son is like my miracle. He is my baby. And so at that time we were living with my parents, and I came home, and I would not let him go. Like, my son was on my shoulder to use the bathroom, to eat. My mom was like, Ariel, put him down. I'm like, no, I didn't see my baby for an entire week. We didn't even get that chance to bond like that. And I also had to stop breastfeeding because I was on so many antibiotics, and I was afraid of it poisoning my milk. But I say all that to say is I survived that in this body. I've survived a lot in this body. I've survived a lot of heartbreak in this body. I've survived a lot of being shamed, being talked about, being ridiculed, being rejected in this body because of this body. And so for that, I owe me everything. And I don't need to be accepted by anybody else because I came here alone. I'm going to leave this world alone. And while I'm here, I'm going to have a ball. And I'm going to love myself through it all. That rhymed. I hope for this Soft Power Sunday that if you take nothing else from this, please take from this how important it is to love you as you are right now today. Not when you lose the weight, not when you get the surgery, not when you start to look a certain way or have a certain amount of money to dress how you want, not when you get the perfect house or the car or the job. All of those things are to impress other people. How do you feel about you when it's you by yourself alone in that mirror? When you face yourself, what do you see? And is that something that you taught yourself, or did you learn that from your experiences and the outliers, the people around you in your environment? And if you learned that from other people, but you never felt that way about yourself, now is the time to check in with you. Now is the time to take the journey of one and do whatever it is that you need to do to take that journey. Remove anything and everything that is holding you back, that is causing you pain, that is rejecting you, that is not loving you fully. The time is now for you to love yourself, because you'll never get another body. You'll never get another chance at life. We are here one good time. And when I think about how I have hated my body my entire life, how I have compared it, how I wish that I looked different, not even like somebody else, but how I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl that good I would call. Listen, you can change your body. There are so many different options for you. Choose what you need to choose. Do what you need to do for you, and don't tell nobody about it too, because people are weird. You can change it. But if you don't change how you feel about yourself, when you look in your mirror and you don't think that you're the most beautiful drop dead being that ever walked this earth, and you should feel that way about you, who's gonna check you? But who's gonna tell you that you're not? It's time to do your homework. It's time to go on a journey unlike when you've ever been before, and make sure you take God with you, because you're gonna need him. Because a lot of things are gonna happen that you're not gonna understand. But when I tell you, trust the process. I am going through this in real time with you. I'm not already there. I'm working through it. But then I see so many brave, why do we have to be brave? I don't know. But I see so many beautiful, plus size, full-figured women with the flaws that people tell us are flaws. And they are out there living their best lives, not letting no one stop them. At the end of the day, all people have is their projection, right? And that's their own self-hatred. That has nothing to do with you. But I'm getting there. Once I can get past the fixation in my brain that people are looking at me, and furthermore, that I should care about what they think, you won't be able to tell me shit. And at almost 40 years old, I'm just now getting there. I'm not there yet. I haven't arrived yet. I'm on the way. Follow me on Instagram, okay? Catch up with the eras. I think we're going on era 6. Tomorrow starts the glow up era. Follow me on TikTok at rella.xo. Instagram is at rella.x.o. I will be back next Sunday for Soft Power Sunday, and I hope that you will be too. Thank you all for watching. I hope this message resonated with you. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday. Yes, this will be posted on Monday. Mind your business. But thank y'all for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here with me. All right. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.